taking photographs a few years ago. It was February of 2015. I got interested in photography because of my brother. He's been into photography for about 5 years now. And we were actually on a road trip out in Colorado, and the story goes that we saw a moose out in the distance, and my brother was shooting it with his camera with a telephoto lens, got these unbelievable pictures of it, and I was trying to take photos with my iPhone, and it just was awful. It was terrible. So at that point I decided that I wanted to get a camera, learn how to use it, and just kind of snowballed into this crazy, passionate hobby. There's so many things about Chicago that I love. The architecture, it's got one of the most interesting combinations of architectural styles that I've ever seen throughout the entire world. I like the people too. I mean, when I'm out shooting, I'm always interacting with a lot of the people that I'm taking photos of. I think what street photography has that nothing else does is it's an ability to capture a unique moment that will never happen again. And I know that can be argued with other genres too, with landscape, that a beautiful sunset you can't catch again, but you can always go back to that spot. Catching an interesting moment between a father and a son, playing at a fountain, or a really interesting conversation happening in a cafe. I mean, those are things that you can never duplicate. You can never go back to that same spot and find those two people talking, or that father and that son playing at that fountain. I think a good photograph tells a story. That's kind of the core element for me behind a good photograph, is that it tells a unique story. And a photograph is a still image, so it's not moving, it's not, there's no video, there's no audio. It has to really convey a strong story and a strong emotion to it. I was in New York, and I was walking underneath the FDR, and I saw a homeless person that was sitting on a bench, and she was drawing. She had like a pen and a paper, a pencil and a paper, and she was drawing. And she had a cart next to her, and I had a telephoto lens on my camera at the time, which can be either really good or really bad for street photography. And it just so happened that everything just lined up perfectly, and she had just this perfect expression on her face, and she was kind of huddled and closed off, and it made for an absolutely perfect story that I was able to capture. I think at the beginning it was tough, right? So when I was first getting into photography, and I was starting to post some of my work to Instagram, and yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't getting the feedback, I wasn't getting the input from other people, and I wasn't getting kind of the appreciation that I thought that I was maybe starting to deserve a bit more of. And of course that came with time. Right, that was just me being patient and, again, just diligent, learning more, getting better, perfecting my craft, or working towards perfecting my craft. I would tell new photographers not to be discouraged. I think it's very easy for, with the way social media is, with the way Instagram is, for you to be discouraged. Just like, you're not getting the recognition, you're not getting the, the audience that you want, I would just say, don't let that keep you from doing what you want to do. And the other thing I would say too is don't fall into this trap of conforming, right? Don't tailor your work to fit an audience. Like, I see that happen all the time, where people are just seeing somebody else's work that is getting a lot of attention, and they just sort of transition their own style to become like somebody else's work. Find your own voice, create your own style of work, and be authentic and stay true to it. Don't just go out there and feel like you gotta conform to what Instagram wants. Just stay true.